need some help with that, Ed?
If it goes off during the meeting, you're paying a fee. It's a violation. Down in Concord, it was $10. You had to go down to the speaker and give it $10.
Are you serious?
$10.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, let's call the meeting to order. Join me in the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First order of business will be to ask for any public input. Do we have any? Okay, let's move on then to approval of meeting minutes. We have two sets to approve. We've got a set of meeting minutes from January 7th, 2025, and a set of minutes from January 21st, 2025. I've gone through both, and I'm satisfied with what we have. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll make a motion then that we approve the minutes from January 25th, January 7th, 2025, and January 21st, 2025.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'll keep these to be signed.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda are the budget and warrant articles. And I'd like to go through the budget first. We had the public hearing last week. We did add $500 to the line item for forestry equipment. And since then, we've also reconfigured two of the warrant article amounts. So there was one for office equipment, it was 15,000, it's now 5, is what it should have been. And the other one was for building and ground maintenance. It was 15 and it should have been 25. So those adjustments have been made. So
When you make the motion, you use the, without the warrant articles. That's your budget, because we can't.
right, understand, yeah. So I'll make a motion that we approve the proposed budget, $1,454,015.00.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor? Aye. We have an approved proposed budget. Next item are the warrant articles. And this is the change that I was talking about earlier. If you look on the back side, warrant article 13, but the public hearing carried a number of 15,000. That's been adjusted to 5, which is what it should have been in the first place. That was a mistake. And then warrant article 14 was also 15,000. It should have been 25. So that the 10,000 added over the course of deliberations and putting the budget together was added to the wrong warrant article. So we squared that away now. So, you want me to read through the warrant articles, or is everybody familiar enough with them? Okay. Then I will make a motion that we approve the warrant articles as presented, dated February 4th, 2025.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we have approved warrant articles. All right, let's move on to board and department committee comments. Jan, you want to start left to right?
Sure. There's a couple things. One is there's been a suggestion that we have a, Karen, help me with the
Forum.
Thank you, a candidates forum, thank you. Now that we know the offices and who is running, what I thought Karen and I could get together and make a proposal to you and present it at the next meeting or before then. There are 12 offices, and of the two, they're planning board members, 2 openings for planning board member for 3 years, and there's 3 candidates. And planning board member for 1 year, and there's 2 candidates. All the rest have no other people who are running, it's just one candidate. So
They would still be welcome to.
they would still be welcome to, right, and I pulled the guidelines in the form that we did a couple of years ago. So one idea is that we could still do a forum, or we could we could have a questionnaire and ask people to fill it out, and we could post that so people could take a listen, or take a read on through that, so they're have a little bit more information. So Karen and I thought we could get together and come up with a recommendation. There's probably just 2 Saturdays that we could do it if we did do it, which would be either March 1st or the 8th, which is really close. That's 3 days away from the election. So actually, it's probably there's February 22nd is another possibility. So why don't we get together and then we'll come back to you guys with a recommendation.
Thank you. Anything else, Jan?
Yeah, just really quickly, library, the February Gaffney Gazette is out with a lot of different content in it. I'll just call out 2 things. There's a new book club that is going to start meeting on Wednesdays, and that is February 26th. It's a great book. There's also an art reception for Patricia Nash. She does animal portraits and pastels, and that is Saturday the 15th from 10 to 12. Her artwork is great. But the one thing that I really wanted to bring to your attention is I've been working with Amy Swanson on a grant for the library. T-Mobile has a $50,000 grant for small communities for hometowns. It's called the T-Mobile Hometown Grants Program. And we are putting that together because the library has old computers and and they can't be updated for software. So we are putting in a grant to try to update 11 computers, 2 printers, software updates, and this is the best way we can think of to try to fund that. The reason I'm bringing it to your attention, and I have a copy of this for you, is the part that I'm working on is letters of support. We can put 5 letters of support together, and it would help us tremendously to get letters of support from both Brookfield and Wakefield. If you would be willing to do it as selectmen, I have put a draft together. You can read it, you can edit if you like, but it would be very helpful. So I wanted to give this to you. It's a copy of the letter, and also because I think this would be very helpful from a potential opportunity for our town. For other funding opportunities. Leah, I can send you the soft copy of this. Here it is.
So this whatever we get for grants will come off their request for next year's funding?
No, it would not. But nice try. Anyways, it's a great opportunity. It's a 5-year grant for $25 million. And I've provided some background on what other towns have used it for. And I think we should consider it for either conservation and or heritage for some of the things that those commissions are trying to do.
Thank you.
So if you are willing to do that, it'd be great. You can just let me know. I need to get all those letters done.
What is the timeline for?
I need to get all the letters in by the end of February, so the sooner you can do it, the better. And Leah, I will send you the soft copy. That way, any changes or edits you want to make, that'd be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else, Jen?
That's it, thanks.
Ed, do you have anything for a planning board?
Nope, nothing.
No?
No.
Karen?
I do. I just want to take a moment to introduce our new deputy town clerk, Elizabeth Beanie. She comes
Stand
to
up
us-
for the camera.
Yes, please. She comes from Stratford and has deputy town clerk experience, deputy tax collector experience, and she's already proven herself very knowledgeable today, so.
It's been a long time coming. Welcome aboard and thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. Chris?
Yeah. I asked a couple of meetings ago about a parking ordinance. So in lieu of a full-time parking ordinance, this is the town of Groton. It's 580 residents in the town of Groton. We have 822 according to the state. And this would be in addition to our winter ordinance that we have now about plowing snow. That's included in here. But there's also a section for parking. Right now, there's 6 or 8 cars at every storm are parked in the road. And that's, the people do it for whatever reason. I've been told a million things, that's how they do it down south. They park on the edge of the road to keep the snow from getting piled up in their yard, I guess. So it's only a matter of time before one of them gets hit or has to be towed or moved, and we don't have any way of handling that. So I'd like you to consider some of the things in there. Actually, all of it really pertains to us, and it's just in addition to what we already have for winter plowing ordinance at least.
Okay.
So we
Put
have
this
to,
on the agenda for the next meeting?
so we have to do a hearing. Okay.
It's a small town that came up with a
Yeah.
pretty good template there.
Yeah.
It also addresses things like mailboxes and other things that are in the town's area and what can be done.
Now, we're gonna look at this. I'm not sure if this requires a public hearing. It would be a warrant, or is it gonna be just a selectmen's ordinance? We'll have to look at the RSA and figure out which
Yeah.
way we do it.
I'm not sure the best way to handle it, but
Okay.
I think we have to do the hearing, but
All right, we'll look into this and we'll
something for your
discuss it.
consideration anyway.
Yep, we'll discuss it at the next meeting. Anything else, Chris?
No.
Okay, I can speak for the planning board in that we will have a meeting tomorrow night. It's our regular monthly meeting. And one of the things that we'll talk about are the proposed signage,
Did you-
keeping out of the...
Did you mean your conservation commission?
Yeah, what, I'm sorry, what did I
You
say?
said planning.
Planning.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm not trying to steal your thunder.
I was looking at you.
Conservation Commission meeting is tomorrow.
Sorry.
Thank you for correcting me on that. So one of the things we'll talk about are the signs that we want to put around the cellar hole. Also, we had discussed as a selectmen's board a couple months ago, the possibility of having a bonfire down at the site. So we'll be bringing that up tomorrow night at the Conservation Commission. And that's pretty much it. You got anything for the,
no.
okay, what do you got?
So the audit is complete, and they have completed the 535, which has been submitted to DRA. And working on the 636 as soon as we, after tonight, I can submit that. I did want to tell you about an event at Kingswood High School that is Nights Against Hunger. And if you were looking for something to do on Valentine's Day, they have gotten bowls, artisan bowls from all different vendors, and will be selling the bowls, and you can get your soup in the bowl. And it's at 5 o'clock, I believe, at Kingswood High School, if anybody would like to go.
And what day is that, on the 14th?
Valentine's Day, yes.
Next Friday.
And it's for, the kids have organized it for,
Long time.
Long
It's a
time.
great,
it is a great,
it's a great event.
some of the bowls are beautiful.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen them, they're gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, and the soup is really good, and desserts and everything.
And I believe the soups are prepared by restaurants
And families.
and families, yeah.
Yeah. It's really great.
Thank you. Anything else?
No.
I have one.
Yeah?
The Brookfield Women's Society are looking to use the townhouse for 3 consecutive Tuesdays, February 18th, February 25th, and March 4th at 9 a.m. For a 3-session mental wellness event. That would be free, you said? That would be free for anybody, not just the Women's Society group.
Open to the public.
Yes, that, open to the public.
Okay, I don't have any problems with that.
No, we're good.
Okay with that? Go ahead and schedule them then. One of the things we're gonna talk about is the use permits
Yes.
for that, so we'll apply that as well.
Yeah, they put it on the old ones.
Okay. Okay, anybody got anything else?
There's no bills.
No, we do.
Oh, there is bills.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have one more thing. Quality Fire Protection did come in the past week or so, I think right after the last board meeting, and double-checked all our fire extinguishers and changed the batteries in the emergency exit lights.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to new business. We got something in the mail today. I think, Ed, you may be interested in this as well. Stratford Regional Planning is updating their master plan for the Stratford region area, which is Stratford, us, and another town in Carroll, and 2 towns in Rockingham as well. And they're sending out a questionnaire, and they've asked us as selectmen to circulate this amongst residents to see if anybody is willing to provide input on interest and things that Brookfield specifically would be interested in seeing or participating in. So I'm going to suggest that we do the blast, with this and send it out to everybody. And it'll come back to us, but it'll help us also with your 10-year plan specifically for Brookfield. So it'll give us feedback for our town as well as for the Stratford Regional Planning Committee. So I think it'd be a good idea to get some feedback from everybody. So we'll send that out on a blast.
I'll print out a couple copies too, just to keep on the table.
Yeah.
We're actually working with the Stratford Planning Council on updating the master plan.
Good. So it'll tie all together real nicely. Okay, we have 2 land use changes. The first one is 10.97 acres on map 28, lot 2. That's coming out of current use. And the total tax due is $3,800. I'll make a motion that we approve the land use change for map 28, lot 2, in the amount of $3,800.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Read sign those again, right? Second one that we have it's another land use coming out of current use. Tax map 4, lot 8A, alpha. And it's in the amount of $4,090. I'll make a motion that we accept the land use change for map 4, lot 8A, in the amount of $4,090.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We also have a disabled exemption. This is for a property tax exemption. It's map 4, lot 23 alpha. The amount of the exemption, if approved, would be $39,000.
Sorry, how much was the amount if approved?
39,000 would be the amount of exempt value.
Thank you.
Okay, everything seems to be in order. I'll make a motion that we authorize the property tax exemption of $39,800 for tax map 4, lot 23 alpha.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Sorry, that goes in the back of it too. Okay, we also have an update to the townhouse rental form. I saw it in here, Leah, I can't see it in my hands.
You can just have mine.
Okay. So essentially, we've had an application form for the use of the townhouse next door. We've now contracted with someone to provide cleaning services for that building. Well, in a nutshell, what we've done is roll that fee in to the form and given options for waiving the fee. If it's a nonprofit, that's something to be considered. If it's a town entity, also, there'd be no fee, we're not gonna pay ourselves, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. And that's pretty much it. There's a few grammatical changes in it, but nothing of significance. Is that a fair
Yeah,
summary?
I mushed it all onto one piece of paper instead of two.
Yeah. Okay, I will make a motion then that we accept the modification to the application for use of municipal building.
Second?
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, went through the mailbox looking for correspondence. The only thing that we had in there was what we already talked about from Stratford Regional Planning. There's another item in there, but we're not at a point to talk about it at this stage, so it'll get put off to the next meeting. And looks like we're ready for the manifest. All right, ready when you are?
Okay. Amazon for $35.08.
Yep.
Consolidated Communications, $144.74.
Yep.
Payroll taxes, which is the EFPTS, $1,969.72.
Mhm.
Eversource, $29.66 and $210.35. Gov Connection, $248.17.
Okay.
We have a credit to Governor Wentworth for, they overcharged us in 2024, $4,810, and then that's the credit. And then our payment for February is $190,219.
Okay, the net, for everybody's information, is $185,409. That's the difference between the bill and then the credit that was assigned to us.
Jeffrey, Greenlaw is $216.68, and that is his cell phone for January and February, and mileage for January and February. I had to process the 1099s, I have to use a third-party vendor. It was $61.75. Karen Savasic, $35.81 for postage. Kindle Construction, I have two, $6,815 and $3,350.
Okay.
Morton Salt, $2,709.80. NHCTCA for dues for the town clerk, $20. Plodzack and Sanderson, which is our auditors, this is progressive billing, $7,700. Quality fire protection, $187. Background check for State of New Hampshire, criminal background check, $25. And State of New Hampshire DMV background check, $15. And Cliniques, do you have the phone reprogrammed or something? Something reprogrammed?
Oh, yes.
$62.50 total.
Okay, total for this manifest, $209,245.26. I'll make a motion that we approve the manifest as presented.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Correspondence, manifest. I have nothing else on the agenda for tonight. Does anybody have any issues?
Mr. Chairman, you had mentioned my ear call, you said there's something you're gonna wait until next week. What was that item?
It was a letter that we have that we're not ready to discuss yet, that came in the mail. Just a note that we have a letter coming that came in, and it'll be talked about for the next meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, having no other issues, we're going to spend a little bit of time signing off these documents, and I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you for coming.
Oh, Karen. I think Karen gets it. You want the signed copy of the... Who did that?
I found it. Naturally.
I knew it was in there somewhere.
But I think I already should have seen it.
We think that you get this, but we're not sure.
I will find some form to look into. Don't grab them and throw them down. Nothing, you're just signing a draft. But you signed it, so now it's not a draft.
Oh, until the time.
The meeting,
Did we sign? We'll let you start the check.
Yeah, for a minute. I really, yeah. My place is.
What's the best kind?
Park, it's not in current use, the house.
I don't know.
Two-way traffic now.
We're gonna ask them a question.
No, oh, you can ask you.
Well, if they're done.
I think you should ask now. Good question, could be a mistake. I don't know. But I only learned what current use was when I first moved up here, I didn't know there was such a thing.
Ed, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
He's still recording, but the current use, the 10.97 acres that you came out of current use, is there already a house on there?
Yes.
How does that work?
To look at it. I would guess that there probably is something because of the value, but I'm not positive.
The tax comes from the sale price.
So they know the house.
Which one specifically are you?
It has to come out
28.
before the house is built, but it could just be a matter of the paper.
Timing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
the sale price is not right.
This one says construction of a new house.
Yeah, back 28, yeah. But they've been living in it for 2 years.
Yeah, it's been there for a couple of years. Just wondering.
I think that may be called the Brookfield delay.
Yeah. Sometimes you just don't know you have to go through a certain process too.
Yeah, like I said, when I first moved here, I didn't even know what current use was.
Yeah.
I thought land is in whatever current use it's in at the moment, I didn't even know what it meant. Then I found out my house, and then just the driveway is out of current use. I didn't even know that's how it worked.
You know, it's their responsibility to check on everyone's situation every year.
The selectmen?
That's written in the RSA, it's their duty to do that.
Yeah.
Well, they may have,
Because they allow, it used to be that you had to have 10 acres or more to have a current use. Now you're allowed to take out a certain amount of square footage for a house, a driveway, a yard, but that has to be verified on an annual basis.
but did they delegate that to the assessor, perhaps?
It's possible. I would say it probably doesn't get done though, because we don't get charged nickel and dime like for everything else. We require
Just
physical.
the survey that we send it out to everybody.
Well, the process may be that you need to delegate that to the assessor, and then that, it's gonna cost them. And how many times does that happen?
What? That changes?
Yeah.
I would say on an
3
annual,
times a year?
I would say that people take advantage of the situation. There's such a disparity in the way it's taxed.
So how much land do you need for current use now?
You need 10 acres.
You need 10 acres.
Yeah. But then,
But then you can carve out.
Well, Elon Musk wants to eliminate property taxes, so maybe we can forget all that crap.
they should eliminate current use, they should eliminate the timber tax, current use, all of that, because it never worked, right?
When I went down to Concord, we put a bill in, 2 of us put a bill in to get rid of that whole thing.
It had its place a long time ago, but now it's an entire arm of the state government that's
4 houses.
And that's who showed up and fought it.
That are coming up for discussion. What are you talking about?
all half a dozen people that,
Not voting.
I tell you, get elected and go down to Concord and so you can
There's
see
4
what
that
house
the
really
committee
is.
picked out.
Yeah.
Proof of it or
Chris is gonna pass on that one.
I'm gonna pass.
Stay away from Concord.
What time is that?
2:30 Friday.
Yes.
One of them
Stay
dealt
away
with
from all
drawings, so it really doesn't apply to this. So
All right,
it has to be identified by the federal.
Thank you.
I know it didn't
Bye,
apply
guys.
to us.
Bye.
Take care.
Another one dealt with
Night, Karen.
deeds.
Good night.
And what it says is you have to allow
A lot of times, sometimes
the
they
names
use small towns that they do nothing.
and half
They
it.
do RSF and they don't control
Yeah.
It dealt with, we already allow them to
Some of the other
single
stuff.
family.
Right.
We already allow.
Nobody does.
One of those is the architect.
The point is, you
Another
know,
one was that
say you
you have
build a new
you have
house,
to have a maximum of
say a 20-year
traffic
and you,
if you're on this is
you only want to take out the
community.
3/4 of an acre for custom drive.
So if somebody put a development in.
Yeah.
Is that okay with us? No,
Oh, max
we're
lots
gonna
of it.
make our yard bigger, now we're gonna put a garage up, or we're gonna
I think that's
just keep expanding, it
crazy.
doesn't get
Right.
accounted for.
Do you credit land?
So is he gonna take one?
Building.
Or is he-
You think, so you have like 10, you know,
There's a lot of things that should be streamlined, or that you should work.
2 acres that will not be developed.
It doesn't,
That's ultimately
It
the
doesn't
problem,
get into-
is you have separate,
doesn't, at least from.
separate groups of people involved in
Yeah.
one situation.
Because like, because credit land for septics was there, but I don't know, maybe that was it, but I don't know.
Another one was something to do again with lot size, but it would be determined by Department of Environmental Services.
We done?
Yeah.
6:35.
So